the forward rate is equal to the spot rate multiplied by 1 plus interest rate. Is this the interest rate in the base currency or the price currency? Price currency. What's the price currency? Given our convention, the price currency is the Canadian dollar. That rate is 1.41%, so that's 0.014. And then what have I done here? We have de-annualized, so 270 over 360, and then 1 plus 0.0487 into 270 over 360. Has anybody actually calculated what does this come out to? 0.9892. Does it make sense that the forward rate is less than the spot rate? It makes sense, and just remember this, if you ever get confused by this. Where are interest rates higher, Pakistan or US? Pakistan. Do you think that after 6 months, the rupee will be stronger or weaker? Weaker. Whichever currency has the higher interest rate in the forward market, that currency is going to be weaker. Why? Because if that's not the case, then through arbitrage you can make a ton of money. Imagine if you somehow knew that the rupee is not going to depreciate. Then what could you do? Then you would simply take dollars, convert them into rupees, earn the higher rate on the rupee, and then convert back to dollars. So if the rupee does not depreciate, you will make a lot of money. Now, if you were lucky enough to do this during the Musharraf years when we were reasonably stable at 60, you could have made a lot of money. But what's the risk of that strategy? The risk of that strategy is suddenly you can go from 60 to nearly 100. And you don't, in hindsight, you can say, I wish I had done that, but in hindsight, we could all have been millionaires. So you don't know what's going to happen. In any case, the point to remember is whichever currency has the higher interest rate, that will have a lower forward price. So this is what is this? This is the forward price. The forward premium is equal to, does anybody know what's the forward premium equal to? Is it forward minus spot or spot minus forward? The forward premium is the forward minus the spot. In this case, whenever you have a weaker currency, so in this case, which is the weak currency? Actually, back to this example, Canadian dollar and Australian dollar. The Australian dollar is the weaker currency, and Australian dollar is the base currency. If the base currency is the weaker currency, then you're going to have a negative number over here. Let's actually do this. What's the forward rate? 0.9892 minus what's the spot rate? 1.0145. And what does this give you? Minus 0.253. So this is the forward premium. If it's a negative number, then it's the discount. So you can say it two ways. You can say the forward premium is minus 0.0253, or you can say that the Australian dollar is trading at a discount, and that discount is 0.0253. This is one way of expressing the premium or discount, which is in decimal terms. But in the FX markets, you often express the forward premium in terms of what's called pips. And I'll just give you the answer over here. This is to convert from decimal to pips, you multiply by 10,000. When you multiply this by 10,000, what do you get? Minus 253. So the forward premium is minus 253. That is the number of pips. Now, where do you get this 10,000 from? Whenever you have a currency where the quoting convention is to quote in 4 decimal places, then you multiply by 10,000. So the way you can remember it is 10,000 as 4 zeros. So you multiply by 10,000. If you have a currency such as the rupee dollar or the yen dollar, there the convention will be to multiply by 100, because there you will have 2 decimal places. The way, with some practice, it will become obvious. For most of the currencies that show up on your exam other than yen dollar, you will be multiplying by 4. Where you have yen dollar, you will be multiplying by 100. This is the somewhat complicated looking formula given in the curriculum. If you want, you can decipher exactly what they are doing, and I'm sure you will eventually be able to, but I think the method I gave you is just easier to remember. So when you are coming up with a forward rate, just figure out the forward rate, and then the discount is simply the forward rate minus the spot rate. That gives you the number in decimal, and then you multiply by 10,000 to come up with the number of points or pips.